Welcome back, everybody, to the Bears Profit Play podcast. Today is November 27th, and we have officially passed the 100 subscriber mark here on YouTube.
Let's
So
go.
thank you to
Yes,
everyone for
sir.
your support and subscribing. That means a lot to us. We've only been up for about a month, so this growth over the past 2 to 3 weeks has been truly amazing for us. So thank you guys for showing your support and watching our videos. To thank the subscribers and everybody here watching now for your continued support, we are giving away a 1-month free membership to our website. We're getting us over 100 subscribers here on YouTube. We are currently remodeling the website, but it will be ready for this weekend's slate, so be ready for that. So here's what you have to do to enter. All you have to do is subscribe or comment down below. The first 5 people to comment down below will be entered in to win the 1-month free giveaway. Only the first 5. We're only taking 5 people, so make sure you have that bell on for our notifications to see our next videos come up. We're only taking 5 entries, so hopefully you have notifications on. We will announce that on Friday, December 2nd, the winner of that contest. So again, thank you guys very much for your continued support, and we will see you Friday, December 2nd for that. All right, let's get into our Monday night football game. Kind of a stinker, depending on who you ask, but it's football, so we have to discuss it. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are -2.5. The over-under is 39.5. Trey, I'll start with you.
This game's pretty interesting. Jeff Saturday's proved to be a good coach so far. He hasn't really slipped up. He almost beat the Eagles last week, and no one really expected that to happen. And he beat my Raiders, which I was glad about because I'm hoping we get a high pick, and we've won the last 2 games. So I was really upset about that. But back to this game. I'm going to go with the Steelers money line at plus money. And if you want to bet that single, that's a good bet. And I'm also going to add the under as a parlay, as a plus 285 parlay. The Steelers are 5-1 ATS in our last 6 games against the Colts. So they have the Colts' numbers, so I like that. And then for the under is 14-2 in the Colts' last 16 games overall. The under is 6-1 in the Colts' last 7 home games. And the under is 5-2 in the Steelers' last 7 Monday Night Football games. So I like that parlay. If you want to bet them single, I like that too. But if you want to make some juicy parlays at plus 285, I like that bet.
Wow, I kind of want to hear from Teats now first before I give my pick. Teats?
I mean, it's like a broken record. I'm the same. I'm gonna take the Steelers money line. I don't think that the plus 2.5 spread really is needed for this game. I am gonna stay away from the total because I know that both teams can either, score about 10, 15 points, and that would put us close to the total, or they could give up about 30. So I don't want to touch it. But yeah, no, the Steelers, Kenny Pickett, he's rolling. Najee Harris is finally starting to get himself some true yards on the ground. And with Matt Ryan back under center, the Colts have an offense. They don't really have a shot. They don't really have anything positive outside of Jonathan Taylor and sometimes Michael Pittman, but they do have an offense that steps on the field. So yeah, the Steelers money line is a good play.
All right. Well, since the hiring of Jeff Saturday, I've noticed, if you guys watch both games, they're just a different team out there competing-wise. The offense looks much better going back to the running the ball and switching back to Matt Ryan. Frank Reich put Sam Ehlinger out there to save his job, so he was not ready. Matt Ryan's definitely the guy for the Colts right now. The Colts should have beat the Eagles last week. They outplayed them, just failed to execute late in the game due to Jeff Saturday's lack of coaching, you can say, but they really should have won that game. Pittsburgh has some growing pains with Kenny Pickett. I think he is the guy for Pittsburgh, but he's improving every game, but he still needs some time to get there. I think the Colts defense will be too much for Pickett to handle in this one, and they're a run-first offense now, the Colts. So I'm going to stick with the Colts -2.5. They're playing the better ball right now. So I'm going to go Colts -2.5, lone wolfing in this game.
All right, There we go. I like that. I mean, a team ride's fun and all, but a lone wolf's always good sometimes too.
True. All right, so we're on Colts -2.5, and you guys are both riding the Steelers. Let's get into the Monday Night Football player props for this one, though. I'm going to have Teats start if you want to start that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll start it off. All right, I'm coming at you guys with 3 plays, and I've already kind of actually name-dropped 2 of them. I'm going to start with Matt Ryan. I'm going to take his over on passing yards. Matt Ryan has been very good in terms of getting yards this season. As you can see, 3 of the last 5 games, he's already had over 233.5 yards per game. They are a run-first team, but Matt Ryan will throw the ball 40, 50 times whenever they're down, and he'll get yards. He may not get touchdowns all the time, but he will get the yards.
Mm-hmm.
The second player I'm looking at, Najee Harris, over 62.5 rushing yards. And it's weird to talk about Najee Harris in a bet with rushing yards over like 37. But as you can see, the last 2 games, he's shown that he can really run the ball. 99 and 90. I know that, 1 out of 3 out of the other 3 games on that list. So 3 out of 5 in this last 5. But you know what? I think he's finally figuring out that he is a professional running back, and he is actually pretty good. So I think that you could see 63, 65 yards and more. And then sticking with the Steelers, going to the receiving yards, I'm going to take George Pickens. Yes, sir. His is over 41.5 receiving yards. He's Kenny Pickett's essentially his favorite target to throw to. And I think that he's going to have a field day. All it takes is one pass. The dude can break a tackle and run for 50, 60 easy. I think he ends with like 83, 85.
I like that.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm going to go ahead and start with George Pickens over receiving for my player props as well. Kenny Pickett loves this guy. He throws at him all the time, and he is Kenny Pickett's number 1 target in my opinion. So I'm going to take George Pickens over his receiving total as well. I'm also going to go with Jonathan Taylor's over rushing at 85.5. Ever since Jeff Saturday's been coach, they've been running the ball a lot better. Jonathan Taylor's looking like his old self from last year, the number 1 overall fantasy pick. Look for him to have a good day on the ground. I'm also going to take his over receiving. Matt Ryan likes to run some screens, so look for JT to catch some in the flats and break one. So, Trey, how about you?
I like that. And if you put that into a parlay, that's a $20 wins 100. So I like those 3 picks for that. If you watched the game breakdown, you'll see that I called for the under. So I'm going to go and take under on Kenny Pickett's passing yards. He has been a development project this year, and he's had some good games. As you can see last week, 265 yards, and he had some bad games, like you can see with the Philadelphia Eagles, 191, and against the Bucks with 67. Yeah. So I'm going to go under 210.5. In the Indianapolis Colts is 6th in the passing yards given up per game, while the Steelers are 24th in passing yards per game. So I don't think that he has a really good chance to hit this number. So I like that. The next one is I'm going to go double on Najee Harris. I do expect him to have a good game. Like Teats said, he is finally figuring out how to be a good running back. And Jalen Warren's out, and they have been feeding him ever since Jalen Warren's been out. And I'm also going to go over on his receiving and rushing yards combined at 83.5. I think that's a pretty good bet as well. Yeah, he should get 60+ yards rushing, and Kenny Pickett loves dumping the ball off to him. So I like the 83.5 over.
I like those Najee Harris picks.
Yeah.
All right, let's transfer over to the NBA for Monday night. Let's take some NBA player props. I'm going to start with this. It's a limited selection early on these props are out, so I'm sticking with just one player prop. I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon over 16.5 points. Michael Porter Jr. is out, and Gordon has been scoring very well, hitting his over in 4 of the last 5 games. Dropped a 30 bomb last night, so I'm going to ride the hot hand with Aaron Gordon. Teats?
All right, so we're going to stay on this points page real quick. We can clear off Aaron Gordon. I'm not going to touch him. I'm going to be looking at Nikola Jokic. Give me the Joker over his 25.5 points. He's been kind of streaky as of late, but I think that this is going to be a bounce-back game. As you can see, he's hit it 3 out of the 5, but the 2 that he did not hit, they were not good games for him. I think that this is going to be a bounce-back game for him for sure. Jamal Murray, over 18.5 points. I feel like Jamal Murray is starting to hit his stride, and he's definitely showing the bubble Jamal Murray a little bit. Like game by game, he's piecing it back together. I think that he can get over 18.5 points pretty well. And then Kevin Porter Jr. also over 18.5 points. He's been kind of the more consistent player on the Houston Rockets team. Jalen Green's been balling out from time to time, but he's kind of been the guy to actually rely on. And then my last one for the 4th, I'm going to take Jalen Green for the PRA over 29.5. Honestly, I think Jalen Green might get close to it. He could hit it with just points alone, but as you can see, he's also hit 3 out of 5 so far in the last 5 games, and he's averaging about 32 per game. So 29.5 seems like a lock.
Yeah, Jalen Green's feeling himself. 29.5 points is not out of reach for him. But Trey, let's hear yours.
20 to win 200. I love that. Since I'm taking this anyways, I'll just stay here. I'm going to go over on the Jalen Green PRAs as well. For all the reasons that Teats said, Jalen Green is a dog on the offensive end. He loves to drive to the basket, and he has a pretty good jumper. He's a younger Russell Westbrook with a better jumper for me. And so I think he should get to 30 PRAs pretty easily. And then my next one is going to be another one that Teats had. Jamal Murray over on points 18.5. He's been really feeling himself. He honestly is coming back to his bubble form. He did have that bad knee injury, and Jalen Green's going to be guarding him on defense, and that should be barbecue chicken all night for Jamal Murray. And the last one, the one I'm most nervous about, is the triple-double machine over on rebounds. Nikola Jokic over 11.5 rebounds. He has hit this only 1 out of his last 5 games. Like Teats said, he is in a slump right now, but that just means he has to pop out sometime, and this is a very low number for the Joker. So I think he should hit this pretty easily. And the Rockets don't have anybody besides Sengun down in the post. So I think that the Joker should kind of dominate all night long.
Yeah, Joker should clean up the boards. But all right, that'll do it for our NBA props. That'll do it for our show tonight as well. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. Before we end it, I want to give a big shout out to Brett Zaccarella for winning our 1-year membership last week. Brett's been loyal to us. He's been a day one. So thank you, Brett. Congratulations on the 1-year membership. And we will see you guys next time for that 1-month giveaway Friday, December 2nd. See you guys later.
See ya.